Hello everyone. We've decided to turn this paragraph into two different videos just because of its length. In the previous part of the story, Abram and Lot separated ways. Lot saw that the Jordan Valley was very well watered and desired that for his flocks, and so he moved there near Sodom, and we ended that paragraph on an ominous note where the parenthetical statement was reminding us that the Lord considered the men of Sodom and Gomorrah to be very wicked. Okay, so we start this paragraph with Vadonai Amar El Avram. So it doesn't start with a preterite, it starts with a noun first construction, which is very common to start a paragraph, just as Vayihi. And another reason for doing that is because this is not the next event compared to the last paragraph. This isn't happening after Lot set up his camp near Sodom. This is during, right? Because we've taken two people that had been in the same scene of the movie, and we've moved Lot one way, we've moved Abram another way. So previously we were told what Lot went and did, and then this is not after that. This is during Lot doing all this. This is what's going on with Abram. And so, Vadonai Amar El Avram, the Lord said to Abram, and we'll translate that Vav with meanwhile so that we can show the proper time relationship. And if you have any doubt about what I just said, interpreting how time is working with these verb forms, the next line says, Acharei hipared lot me'imo. So acharei preposition, then hipared. We have an infinitive construct there following the preposition. Look at the ID badge with R1. Chirik dagesh kamet, so nifal. So this is the third time we've seen the verb parad in this section. So this is after Lot had separated from him, but not necessarily after Lot had gone and chosen where he was going to set up tent and done the stuff that he does to the east. Lot's doing that. This is what's going on with Abram. Well, what does the Lord say to Abram? He says, Sa na einecha ure'eh. So let's look at all of those pieces there. Sa is a pretty short word, and stuff is obviously missing. So let's try and think through what could be missing, because there's nothing at the end and there is nothing at the beginning, and we're losing a radical. Whenever we've lost a radical, by default, we're looking for Vav or Yod somewhere, which would usually be Yod in first position, Vav or Yod in second person, or a phony Hey on the end. Or we're looking for a geminate root, or a noon has been lost. So we would have, if it was a geminate, we would have Sin Aleph Aleph, which is not a word that we know for very good reason. We just never are going to find Aleph Aleph. I mean, almost never Aleph Aleph in Hebrew Bible. Is this a Sin Vav Aleph or a Sin Yod Aleph? No, we don't know anything like that either. So let's think about a noon. Have we lost a noon? Well, certainly we lost a noon. This is from the root nasa, which we've seen a few times in this chapter. What happened and why do we have this? Well, we would have had tin sa if we had the imperfect and the noon sitting over top of Shava and imagining it not having assimilated into the next letter yet. We would pronounce that tissa once the noon assimilates. But when we make the imperative, we remove the prefix and the noon does not come back. So this is the Cal imperative 2ms of nasa. So sa na, a particle of politeness. Please lift einecha, your eyes, ure'eh, and see, or and look. Min hamakom asher ata sham. From the place where you are there. And of course, English doesn't like the redundancy that is represented by sham. So we would just have, please lift your eyes or lift your gaze and look from the place where you are. Tzafona vanegba vakedma vayama. So all of those end in kametz hey. Is he trying to rhyme? Are they all feminine singular? No, those are all directional hey. You're going to look toward all of these directions. So tzafon represents the north. Mount Safon is to the north. The Negev, which is to the south of the main part of Israel, represents the south. And eastward and then Yama, eastward in front of, because they're oriented toward the east, and Yama, Yam is the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. That's what would be behind you, and that indicates the west. So look to the north, to the south, to the east, and to the west. Ki, I put that on its own line because there's a subordinate clause in the middle compared to what it goes with, right? Ki goes with the Laka et Tenena in line C. So I just decided to leave the key on its own at that point. Because or indeed, et kol haaretz, the whole land, asher ata ro'eh, the whole land that you are ro'eh. So with the first radical is what? Cholam, and that means, right, cal active participle. So we could say the entire land that you are looking at, laka etenena. So what is going on with etenena? Hopefully we remember the root there, but let's pick all the pieces apart. At the end we have na, and at the beginning we have aleph. So the aleph is a 1cs prefix. That na is a 3fs pronominal suffix. We're left looking at a tav and a nun there for the root, and there's a dagesh forte in the tav. That dagesh forte used to be a nun, so we want to pull that nun out of there and see nun, tav, nun as the root. So to you I will give it, because eretz is a feminine noun, and that's what it refers back to. Ulazaraka ad olam, and to your seed, ad olam, unto forever, or just forever. So we'd have indeed all the land that you see, or all the land that you are looking at, I will give to you, or I will give it to you, and to your descendants forever. And then he continues with vasamti, and we know that's actually connected to our paragraph because it's building off of the verb form et tenena. But how is it building off of it? Well, stay tuned.